Going to be talking about the top 5 apps that, in my opinion, will help you become a better trader. I'm going to go ahead and dive straight into the video because I don't want this video to be like many of the other videos out there where people just talk without giving any good information. So in no particular order, the first app is Thinkorswim from TD Ameritrade. So the first point I want to make is that most brokers charge a monthly fee in order to use their platform, and that's not the case with Thinkorswim. Thinkorswim is 100% free. All you have to do is create an account with TD Ameritrade, and the best part is that you don't even have to fund the account. So that means that you could leave the account balance at zero and still be able to use Thinkorswim. So the second point I want to make is that not only is Thinkorswim free, but it also is very beginner friendly. There are tons of tutorials out there on how to set up different things within Thinkorswim, but for the most part, I am sure that if you play around with it for a while, you're going to get the hang of it, and you're going to notice that it actually is quite easy to use. So the last point I want to make for Thinkorswim is kind of ties back into the first point, which is that Thinkorswim is one of the few apps and sites that will give you free live charts and level 2 data. The level 2 data is under depth, and you can see kind of the size of the bid and the ask for each price. And I think that's really important if you're going to be day trading, because you want to know where there's kind of support and where there's resistance. So overall, Thinkorswim is a very good app, and I think that it will help you become a better trader if you download it and use it. So that's it for Thinkorswim. Now let's move on to the next app. The next app is investing.com, and this app is basically my news app. The reason why I like it so much is because it's very well organized, meaning that it has a section of the most important things that might affect the markets, which is under most popular. And another cool feature about investing.com is that every day an article is posted that contains the most anticipated things about the following trading day. So, for example, if there will be an announcement from the Federal Reserves, or a big blue chip company is reporting earnings, all that will be under the top things to watch for the day article. And for example, here it is, top 5 things to know in the market on Thursday. You go ahead and click on it, and it shows a list of the most important things that are going to be happening tomorrow, which is Thursday, and kind of just like things that you should be paying attention to, because there's a good chance that these things that are listed here might affect the market. So I'm saving the best for last, and that is the calendar tab, which they also offer, which is, we go back to the main menu, and it's right next to news. And under the calendar tab, you can see the schedule of anticipated economic reports from a bunch of different countries and what the estimates are. And so this is a very good tool to use to gauge market sentiment, because if there is a good economic data report, you can expect the market to react bullish and vice versa. So that's pretty much it for investing.com. Now I'm going to move on to the next app. The next app is Barchart, and for some reason, you can't use the actual app from the App Store because it doesn't have the full features. So you would have to go onto either a computer or a browser. But the main reason why I like Barchart is because it's basically a option screener. And so what I mean by that is, if as someone who trades options a lot, you want to know like which options have are having a lot of volume, which options have high implied volatility, and etc. So what you do is once you're actually on the site, you want to click on more, and then go ahead onto the options tab, and then where it says go to, you're going to go ahead and click the down arrow, and you're going to go ahead and see that a whole bunch of different tabs are going to pop up. And for example, some of the tabs say unusual option activity, most active options, high implied volatility. So you get the gist of what I'm trying to say is that it's really good for trying to kind of analyze all the volatility in the options market. So for example, we can go ahead and click on the most active options, and it's going to give us a list. You could also opt in to receive the end of day email, so kind of see how the options market went that day, and you can see a list of the symbol followed by the amount of options volume that ticker had for that day, and you can see also the percent of put options and call options that were traded, so kind of get an idea of whether the stock was bullish or bearish for that day. And if we go ahead and go back and click on the unusual options activity, it gives us an idea of where investors think the stock will be going in the future. So overall, like I said, the reason why I use Barchart is because I use it as an option screener, and I have found it to be pretty effective in researching the options, and overall it's just a pretty simple app to use. So that's pretty much it for Barchart. Now on to the next app. So the next app is Finviz, and similar to Barchart, Finviz isn't actually an app, it's more of a website, but I'm including it into kind of like this app section because it's free, and basically anyone can use it. All you have to have is like either a phone or a computer, and I'm assuming you have at least one of those considering your trading. So if we go ahead, once we go ahead and open the website, the first thing that we're going to see is a two lists of stocks. On the left side we have the stocks that have been moving the most towards the upwards momentum, and on the right side we have the stocks that have been dropping the most percentage wise. And if we scroll down, we can see that there's also some news sources and a couple of other interesting things, but the main reason why I love Finviz is because of their screener. So we go ahead and on the top corner and click on the screener, you can go ahead and see that it lists different options from descriptive, fundamental, and technical. And so there's just a bunch of different filters that you can go ahead and press in order to narrow down the search of the stocks. So for example, let's go ahead and do a quick screener right now. So we're gonna go ahead and click on market cap, and for the most part I like trading companies that are a little bit bigger to size because they tend to have a little bit more volatility. So we're gonna go ahead and click large, and that's gonna go ahead and start to narrow down the search. So let's go ahead and add another filter. Let's see price, and we want the price to be over, let's just say over $100, and that keeps on narrowing down the search even more. And we're going to go ahead and click on the tab of fundamental to see what it has to say, and you can see that it just puts a lot of different other options that you could choose from. So overall, the reason, like I said, the reason why I love Finviz is because of the screener. I just think it has many useful tools to find good stocks to trade, and that's pretty much why I like Finviz. So now on to the next and final app that I'm going to be talking about for today. The last app that I'm going to be talking about is Stocktwits, and I know that it might be controversial to include this as one of the best free apps that you should have to improve as a trader, but because it's basically the Facebook and Twitter of the financial markets. And as you guys know, if you go onto Facebook or Twitter, you're going to find people that are just posting the most stupidest things that you could possibly think of, and you are going to find that on Stocktwits. And that's not the reason why I like Stocktwits though. The reason why I like it is because of its trending feature, which puts the trending stocks. So usually when you're trading, you can't be looking at all the stocks at the same time. So it helps when you have an app that puts stocks that are making the biggest and the most moves to be put in a list for you, and it kind of just gives you a better idea of what you can be trading if you want to get into something that's already moving, because you should always try to trade things that have volatility because it's easier to get in and out of a trade. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you guys did enjoy, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. If you guys made it to the end of the video, I will be posting another video soon, which I'm currently working on, and all the apps are going to be listed down in the description if you want to go ahead and download them. So that's pretty much it, and peace.